Hello! Cuba Holidays is in Havana, Cuba's fashionable capital, the pearl of the Caribbean, the place that has it all. Architecture, music, dancing, famous drinks, incredible people, and a whole lot more. Because Cuba's capital is not only exotic, it is unique. And I am not exaggerating in the slightest. Havana is like nowhere else you've been to. Follow me as I show you the top 10 things to do in this amazing city. You can opt to stay in a hotel if you want to, of course. But if you book a room at one of Cuba's privately owned B&B style houses or flats, aka casas particulares, you will have the opportunity of establishing direct contact with the locals without missing out on privacy. Savor their costume and feel right at home in paradise. Havana's seawall is 8 kilometers long, and many consider it the city's beating heart. It's Cuba's most famous seaside avenue, and alongside it you will find numerous hotels and restaurants. Due to its undeniable charm, it's a favorite among tourists and locals alike. It's a place where people come to jog, fish, meet friends, make offerings, spend the evening, late night or early hours, but above all, it is a romantic place. Whether you come with or without your partner, bringing home at least one photograph of this place is a must. Havana's whole town and historic center is the capital's most enchanting part. It was here, right on Plaza de Armas, that the city was born, in the surrounding of a ceiba tree similar to the one that still stands there today. This is a new one because the original was replaced. Local folks' legend says if you walk around it 3 times, it will grant your wish. From square to square, we can take in a variety of architecture styles, the splendor of a centuries-old colonial village, and observe the rebirthing process of a city with an ongoing goal of restoring its heritage value without ever forgetting its most important asset, los habaneros. You will find many things in Plaza de la Catedral. Havana's cathedral, art galleries, restaurants, museums, people. You simply can't fail to snap this place. But come, follow me and turn here. This is La Bodeguita del Medio. Of course, you could have had a mojito in many other places around the world, but this is the original version. The 100% authentic Cuban mojito can only be had at the place where it was born, one of the world's most famous bars and restaurants, visited by all celebrities that have ever been to Havana and who have left their mark here. Follow me. It is here that you will find the city's highest vantage point, from which you can take in the most stunning city views, surrounded by important building housing national institutions and organizations, like the National Theatre, the Ministry of Defense, the State Council, and the National Library. This is also Havana's most famous gathering spot, famous for having been center stage to numerous public speeches by the Castro brothers and having hosted several national celebrations, as well music concerts and holy masses given by the 2 popes who have been to the island. In Cuba, many common things have unique made-up names. They call all American cars almendrones and privately owned restaurants paladares. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the
Thank
restaurant.
you. I would like to see the place. Would it be possible?
Sure, of course. Follow me. After
Can you tell me something about it?
Yeah, of
History?
course. The house was built in 1914.
Nothing for town, okay.
So it's been 100 years and more.
The most interesting of these have the wow factor of being set up inside the converted house, in keeping with its original distribution. Which means you can find yourself having dinner in the living room, the bedroom, the front porch, or the back garden.
It's been opened like 5 years ago. December, it's gonna be 6 years. This is the room where we used to have, important people. Like we just save it for ambassadors and important customers came here. This is the place where we had our president of the United States of America. We call the ambassador room. It's now the president room. Right where Obama and his family had dinner here. Picture of Nat King Cole, Beyonce when she also came here with her husband, Jay-Z. This is the chef, Carlos Cristobal. That's one of the reasons the place is called as, he was born the same day for St. Christopher's Son. As you can see, he just named the place the same way he is called, like St. Cristobal.
Cuban transport has its many singularities. If you are in Old Havana, a busy taxi can ease some of the long walking journeys. A car is much more comfortable, of course, but if you want to go around all of Havana, you can opt for a cute little Coco taxi. Or if you like classic cars, you can ride in a vintage Almendron. Call it this way for the similarity of some of these older car models to an old almond shell. Cuba's Almendrones are a one-off phenomenon in the world. Socialist Cuba strictly regulated the sale of cars during more than 50 years, which has resulted in hundreds of cars dating back to the first half of the 20th century still roaming the streets. The majority of these now operate as collective taxis, and although they look very much like the original version on the outside, inside they are the result of ingenious Cuban tinkering to keep them going. You can hire one of the most luxurious, which takes you all around the city and makes you feel as though you are traveling on a real museum piece. You can get here on foot or after hopping off your Almendron ride. Located at the heart of crumbling Central Havana, this community project is one of the city's most colorful corners, as the first urban mural of Afro-Cuban culture. You can admire the work of local artists here any day of the week, but try to come on a Sunday to catch the place in a full musical frenzy and see people moving to the beat of conga and rumba as the skilled locals play the drums. This is the climax of popular Cuban music. The Hotel Nacional de Cuba is not just a hotel, it's a national monument, declared Memoir of the World by UNESCO, and witness to a rather unique mix of anecdotes and peculiar stories involving Hollywood celebrities and mafia gangs. Because yes, virtually every celebrity that's ever been to Havana has stayed here. From Winston Churchill to Lucky Luciano, Kate Moss and Naomi Campbell, but also including ordinary holiday makers. They've all called the National their home away from home during a certain, because the National has charm for all. The Terrace is one of my favorite spots there when exploring Havana from mojito to mojito. famous or stunning as Paradero perhaps, but Havana's historic beaches have plenty of beauty to charm. Along 10 kilometers of white sand, you can take your pick from popular beaches, tranquil beaches and practically isolated beaches. The water is warm, sun is powdery soft and sparkling white. You can partake in water sports or simply kick back, relax and enjoy another of Havana's wonders, of which there are many others. Find out more with Cuba Holidays. Follow me.